Okay, yeah, I don't think you could hear me on that video, on that last video, but I mean, it doesn't matter because I wouldn't post it if you can hear me. So we're here now, but I just read Psalm 27, and what I was gonna say was this is a chapter that I've read before. Like, I know that I've read this chapter before, and yeah, I was saying that I remember being in college, and I was friends with this girl named Kayla. And this was when like the Lord was starting to like pull me up out of my worldly ways. I was very much still in the world, but he was definitely starting to pull me up out of that. I went through a really, really tough season. It's always like, you know, your toughest seasons are the seasons where, you know, you really are forced, or at least that's how it be for me. I'm such a hard-headed kid where it's like, you know you've done something bad and you know you got to get right. It's like that's when you draw the nearest to the Lord. And that was one of these seasons, but I was definitely still like doing stuff that I had no business doing, definitely still in the world. But during this time, he was like showing himself to me and just like definitely starting to pull me up out of that. And I remember, like I said, still in the world, we were and we were smoking with like our guy friends or whatever. It was me and my friend Kayla, and she was like a church girl, kind of like how I was a church girl or whatever. Like her parents were like godly people or whatever, and my mom is a woman of God or whatever. So um like, you know, and she's over here talking about some like, I don't know, she said something to the effects of like, oh, like, do you feel like people like go straight to heaven or like stuff like that? And our homeboy was like, this is too much. This conversation is too much for a time like this, you know what I mean? But then she started to say something like, you know, do you feel like black people are like God's chosen people? And like I felt her on that, like I really did, but it was like, girl, like we is like I didn't mind talking about it, but it was just like I was just like, bruh, like right now, like, you know what I mean? But I was listening to what she was saying, and you know, she was basically saying like, you know, we've been through so much, like, you know, don't you feel like we're God's chosen people? And I'm like, you know, I feel you, like most definitely or whatever. Um, and I would just say like for me, that was definitely the start of when God started to show himself to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think if there was like any other time before that for real, like, but like really like show himself, like, I mean, like tangible proof, like stuff where it's like, okay, that was nothing but God. You know what I mean? That was definitely when that happened. Like, I've had like, you know, feelings and stuff like that, but as far as like tangible stuff, like that was definitely the time where God started to show himself to me. And when I read this chapter, Psalm 27 or whatever, I'm just going to read the last line, which says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And for me, this one liner right here, honestly, confirms to me that black people are God's chosen people. And not only that, you know, I believe God was a black person. Well, Jesus. I believe Jesus was black. I just do. I'm one of those people. I believe Jesus was black. I don't know who this white person who they keep portraying on the thing, but I'm looking because I have a candle. And I don't know, like, I don't know how y'all feel about candles, but excuse me. But personally, I like these. I do. I only like the ones with Jesus on them. But like I said, I don't know who this white man is. I believe he's a black man. I believe he's tanner, coarser hair, definitely. But my personal ones that I liked, ones that I liked, are the Lord's Prayer ones. These are the ones that I like. I get these from Dollar Tree. I think there's like another one with Jesus on it. That's like, it says like the Sacred Heart of Jesus. I've never lit that one. I've lit this one because when I had my really bad, tragic fall from pride, I was, I had to surround myself with people, spiritual mothers, and things like that. And she basically told me to start saying the Lord's Prayer. Because, you pray and things like that or whatever, but it's, I never was specifically told, like, pray the Lord's Prayer, you know what I mean? Or, like, pray the rosary or whatever, like, and she, like, told me, like, pray the Lord's Prayer. She also told me to read John all the way through, and I still haven't done that. I started, but I still haven't done it all the way through. But John, when I first, like, started reading the Bible, like, not just, like, saying scriptures, because I've had to recite scriptures ever since I was, like, in pre-K, but, like, actually reading the Bible, because in first grade I went to Florida Bible Christian School. John was the first, that was what we started with. We started with John, so it's so, like, amazing that she told me to, like, start with John and kind of read John all the way through. I still have to do it, but whatever. But yeah, if you don't know, the Lord's Prayer is, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't know how people feel about candles. I don't know if some people think that's, like, I don't know, but I've been lighting them for, I think, since, like, the start of this year, maybe even a little bit of last year, but definitely the start of this year. I will light me a candle, just to, like, signal that, like, God, like, I need you. I mean, I need you all the time, but, like, just, like, sorry, you guys, I have this cough, and it's just, like, I had it before, and it's back now. I don't know where I got it from. I don't know. I was around a lot of different people this weekend, so I don't know. But I'm about to start wearing my mask again because I don't like this cough. I hate it. But I don't feel, like, stuffed up or anything. It's not as bad as, like, when I was sick last time, but the cough is definitely annoying. I don't like it. But this line right here, coming back to that, this line right here, don't this sound like a black person? This sounds like a black person. So that's why I just feel like we are his people. We are his people, And yeah. And I'm just walking along this path. I don't know. But I'm just giving everything I can to God. Just allowing God to be God, and I'm just trying my best to just have him lead. And yeah, so. But this definitely sounds like a Black person. Like, wait, I say, on the Lord. Black, you know, people. But yeah, so yeah, I really, really love this chapter. Like I said, I've read it before, and it's just like one of my favorite Psalm chapters. So I like it. But yeah, it's the, God is confident in God's power. But yeah, just this whole like little area. Yeah, this whole. So yeah, my friend told me to read Psalm 25. So yeah, but I'm just continuing to pray, continuing to just allow God to be God. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be more consistent with my word. I'm not gonna lie, I have not picked up my Bible in a minute. Like, I'll have like scriptures that come to my phone, and like, I'll go to like fellowship and like go to church. I haven't been to church in a couple weeks. Like, I went to church this past Sunday, but before that it had been a couple weeks. But it's like really choosing to make God a priority, and like really giving God, like, I want to like commit to like at least giving him like an hour of my day. Like, we scroll on TikTok, we scroll on Instagram, we watch YouTube, but it's like giving an hour to like be devoted in his word, whether that means 30 minutes reading the word, 30 minutes praying, like, but like being like really giving God that time, and it being a priority. I'm always gonna be like, oh, I wish, but we're here now. But I definitely wish that my mom would have been a little bit more like, and as a Christian, nobody should have to tell you to read the Bible or to pray, but I just wish that, I would have been like told to like read your Bible, make sure you pray. Like, I've always been like in some type of communication with God, but I just feel like being intentional with it is so important. And I just wish I would have been intentional for like, longer. Like, I remember like being in high school, and this one girl, she like, I don't even know how this came up, because I don't think we did it in a class. But there was something where she was like, oh, like, don't play with me when it comes to like finding like Bible verses or Bible chapters or whatever. Like, she was able to like, how it's like, oh, turn to this, turn to that. Like, how it's like you gotta turn to it and know where you at. Like, some people still don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people still have to go to the table of contents to figure it out or whatever. But she was like really, really good at that. And it just made me like look at her like, wow, like kind of like, dang, I wish I could be like that. Like, I wish that was something that like, you know what I mean? But like the church that me and my mom went to, like I would just be like in the regular section. I don't think they had like a teenage children like area or whatever. And eventually those people moved. So yeah, but yeah, like I just wish like sometimes that like, I would have had like, I just wish I would have been more serious about God earlier, is basically what I'm saying. Like, I just wish I would have had that earlier. You know what I mean? Like, I just wish I would have had that, but whatever. But yeah, so today was a day. I had a very like long cry. I was on the phone with one of my spiritual mothers, and like I'll like I've said my story, I've said my story to like a couple people, but I feel like today, like, I really got to like open up to her and like tell her like not even my full story, but like I hit like major points or whatever with it. Like, you know, obviously I didn't get into full detail, but I hit like, you know, major points with it. And you know, she told me about myself, like she was honest and real, but she also like uplifted me. But I just had like a really good cry, just like, you know, accepting where I'm at right now and just like moving forward, you know, like that's all I can do. Like can't go backwards. So um but yeah, it was just like it was what I needed. Like I had been calling her for the past couple weeks and she just hadn't been answering my calls or whatever. But she was in therapy for like her knees and all that stuff. Like, you know, you have to like, well, that's something that I've had to learn, I've had to realize, just like people are not gonna always be there at your beck and call, you know what I mean? And not like I expect her to be or anything like that, but it was just like I've really been needing to like talk, you know. That's just, you know, how I've been needing to, you know, I've just been needing to talk. And like I feel like people have I don't know, I feel like, you know, with certain people, like you don't want to say certain things or whatever, but like, you know, she was like, you know, open up and tell me like what's up or whatever. And like I said, she told me about myself, like just the reality of it, and you know, just allowed me to see things in a different way. And I mean, it's something that I've like reviewed myself and like given myself like, yo, like you gotta like be real and like say like see this and see that for what it is or whatever. And I definitely like have done that on my own, but just to hear it from another person is just like, you know, I needed to hear it like from her or whatever. um so yeah, it was just, you know, but like I said, even just hearing it from another person allowed me to like really accept it and like just see it in that way, you know what I mean? Like, because like I said, you know, I be reviewing stuff myself, like, because I'm not stupid, you know what I'm saying? But I played dumb for a very long time, and that was my, you know, that's on me, like, you know what I mean? It's like you always have to be aware. You can't just play, you know what I'm saying? You can't, because when you playing dumb, you playing yourself. Like, don't play dumb. And I played dumb for a very long time, so you know, it's just like being honest and being real and just saying like, yo, like it is what it is, like, and you just have to move forward at this point. Like that's just where I'm at. You just have to move forward, and of course, it feels how it feels, and I made really, really bad choices, and I mean, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know how God is gonna lead me at this point. I don't know. Like, I know that I know how I feel, and I know what it is. Um, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know, like I said, I know how I feel, and it's just every day, just like moving along. So, yeah, it's just is what it is, and um, of course, like I can't like there are things that I can blame other people for, but there's major things that I have to blame myself for, and that's just real. Um, and that's what that is, like, you know. So with the decisions that I made, like in all honesty, like I do, you know, have suicidal thoughts. Like I do like get very depressed. But we prayed about that today, like, you know, the spirit of depression to be lifted up off. And I continue to pray that, you know, I don't feel like that. But I just, you know, I just feel how I feel. And, you know, my feelings are valid because I messed up, you know, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. Every day is just is what it is. So I don't know. But all I can do is just, you know, give it over to God and cast all my cares onto Him. And allow Him to do what only God can do. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you guys, so that was today. I did a little bit of Mother's Day shopping, paid a bill, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I did. So let's see what God's gonna do. Yeah, it's today, so I don't have to say tomorrow. Today, I don't know. I don't know, but I just want to get over this cough. I'm really annoyed with this cough. It's like, but we're just gonna pray for the best. Just gonna pray for the best. And yeah, we're just gonna pray for the best. Just gonna pray for the best. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you. Like I said, my priority is making God a priority. Really like doing that. I applied at a few places. We're just gonna see. I got a couple things in the way. We're gonna get that together. We're just gonna see. Like, we're just gonna. I'm just trying to do stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to like do things. But yeah, that's what we're on right now. Yeah, I'm just sorry, because I just be thinking, but I'm an overthinker, so I don't need to think too much because it I don't need to think too much for because it's not, it's only so much I can do. You know what I mean? I'm not God. It's only so much I can do. So it's like, it ain't no reason, and just when it's like you gotta just let God move, and that's just what I gotta do at this point. I'm thankful because it could be a whole lot worse. It could be a whole lot better. It could be a whole lot better. I mean, it could be tremendous right now, but we are where we are, and it could be a whole lot worse. So I'm just trying to be grateful and just be thankful. Just accept how blessed I am despite of, and that's the best I can do to keep me going. So I'm just gonna try my best to I have to cast all my cares onto Him, and that's just what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later.